Coordinates locked. Hellpods primed. Launch initiated.
Best of the best. Live up to your name. Live up to freedom.
Hello, thank you for joining us today. This is the new MBR-15 from Andrew Kinetic Solutions, a subsidiary of Andrew Manufacturing Consolidated. This weapon was designed to supplement, but not replace, the standard issue AR-23 Liberator. As we all know, standard 5.5 by 50mm round fired by the Liberator is a phenomenal round. However, let me tell you about a much older but still relevant round, the 5.56 by 45mm NATO. Yes, that NATO from your history books. It was an ineffective pre-democracy alliance of Western nations, but that's not really relevant right now. What is relevant is that the 5.56 round can still be effective against the enemies of democracy, and we're currently sitting on absolutely massive stockpiles of ammunition and associated magazines. That leads us to the topic of this video. The MBR-15 is designed as a Liberator-inspired upgrade to the standard M4 or AR-15 platform of weapons. This affords our second-line troops with a cost-effective weapon that is still combat effective and utilizes our existing stockpiles of ammunition and hardware. Okay, so let's go over some of the basic features of this weapon system. So as mentioned, it does feature compatibility with standard 5.56 NATO ammunition, which again we're sitting on massive stockpiles of. It is of course compatible with standard M4 or STANAG magazines in either 20, 30, 40, or 60 round capacity. There are other sizes available, but those are the good ones. So let's go with a little bit of a features overview. So to preface, this is a camera that experimental camera system we've attached for filming during the video. And we've got a couple of different features here. So we've got the forward selector and the rear selector. So the rear selector allows you to go from safe, semi-automatic, or super safe. You see, that mode is considered the enhanced super safe mode because it's capable of rapidly rendering the enemies of democracy safe by destroying them. So we've got that allows you to select your fire mode, and then up here we have either a safe or a fire. So you put it on fire, whatever mode selected back here, you're ready to rock and roll. So of course we have standard full-length Picatinny top rail, so you can mount your optics, mount your sights, lights, lasers, whatever. We also have several side-mounted slots of M-LOK and one more down here, compatible with standard M-LOK capabilities. So we have a left-hand side reciprocating charging handle, so it is, of course, your charging handle can also function as a forward assist if needed. We also have these QD sling swivels, which stands for Quick Democracy. And of course we have extended ambidextrous magazine release. So some other features we've got. We have an integrated, this is another product by our company. We've got a flashlight with a vertical grip, really nice. We have an integrated storage compartment here in the pistol grip, similar to other pre-democratic weapon systems, so you can store extra optics batteries, snacks, whatever is necessary for your fighting rifle. And we also have mimicking the Liberator. We also have this grit frame guard. It's very useful whenever you're firing from cover, so you can get on the cover and not smash your fingers. It's a really good feature. And of course, also it is threaded to accept my suppressor, which is not present in this video, but it does work. So we're going to start with the Terminid Scavenger. This is the most common unit you're going to find out there on the battlefield. We have a good representation of it here. So you'll notice we have the main body, and then we have the head area. So a single hit, based on our calculations, single hit to the head or the body from either the Liberator or the MBR-15 will put these guys down. However, it should be noted that depending on where you hit them, if you hit them in the leg, it'll tear the leg off, great, but it won't kill them. It'll incapacitate them, so best bet, double or triple tap these guys. And of course, we have several arrayed here because they never come at you one at a time. So we'll get to shooting in just a minute. Okay, so we'll start off with standard 222 drill, and we'll just start off semi-auto and then move over to super. All right, so effect on target. Fired several rounds that were not on camera for zeroing purposes. So as you can see, all of them easily center mass, no problem. He's down. Again, we have 2 headshots and 1 body shot, more or less. He's down. And then over here, we have, he's dead. That's 2 hits to the head already, 3 more to the body. So quite effective. Plenty good enough for taking out the small fries. Let's move on to the something a little beefier, the Terminid Hive guard. All right, so here we have a representation of the fairly common Terminid Hive guard. So we've got a few different colors involved, and I'll go over them real quick. So red, of course, just like the last target, your rifle rounds will do full damage. Head, lower body, soft underbelly, rear legs, right? Yellow right here, your weapon will still do damage, but it won't do as much. It'll do about 65% the normal damage. So it can be useful, and if you're shooting here, you may miss and hit those, something to keep in mind. And then for black, remember this is a light armor penetration weapon, so the black for the head and the frontal leg, your bullets will do no damage whatsoever, right? So it takes about 8 shots to kill one of these with this weapon. So recommended strategies are do not fight them head on. As soon as you shoot them, they'll hunker down and cover up this weak point here. Best bet is if you can, you and a fellow trooper can split and flank them. Whoever gets the shot gets the shot. Brag about it later. So you got that going on. That's another good tactic to use for these, but we're just going to simulate a full frontal, full auto burst. So, yes, right. So you can shoot for the legs, the rear legs, if you want. It can help slow them down, but you may be better off just trying to flank them. That's a hard shot to make. So, all right, let's demo. Okay, let's take them out. So here we see we've got the Hive guard, we see all of our hits. So we've got 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 hits center mass pretty quickly. The weapon did have some malfunctions. That's probably a result of some old ammo that we're using. But weapon did, obviously we took them out, no problem. Now, assuming that the enemy just sits there long enough for you to hammer him, you can pull this off no problem. So now we're going to move over to those, you know, worthless clankers, the automatons. Okay, so we're moving on to the bot front. So here we have representations of a standard bot trooper and a machine gun raider, MG raider. So they're pretty similar. They're all light armor penetration across their whole body, except it has these weird wing looking things that he probably thinks makes himself look cool. Those are light armor, don't worry about those. They have the same amount of rough durability, so 2 shots with a Liberator or 3 shots center mass with MBR-15 will put these guys out of commission. All right, so we're going to start off. We're going to target the MG Raider first. They're about the same in terms of killing them. But the MG Raider is a lot more dangerous, so we're going to start with him and move over to the other guy. All right, so after that string, we had good effect on target. He's dead. Good effect on this guy. 1 in the dick, 2 in the chest. He's dead. No problem. All right, we'll actually move on to some a little bit bigger stompy bastards. Okay, so here we have a representation of the Automaton Devastator. These guys are pretty serious. I wouldn't want to take one on alone, but we'll see what happens. All right, so as you can see, their head red, their stomach and pelvis area red, arms red, shoulders and legs yellow. So problem with these guys is they have a lot of health. It takes like 12 shots to put them down, right? And the problem is that entire time they're going to be shooting at you. So what you start with is you start by taking their arm off. Put about 3 or 4 rounds on their arm, they don't have a gun anymore. They can still stomp you and kick you, but now they're not shooting at you. Gives you time to precisely target the head. So that's what we're going to try to demonstrate. I'm going to do several rounds on the arm, and then try to do probably 3 or 4 down here and 2 in the head. That's what I'm planning for. We'll see what happens. Again, this black is medium armor penetration, medium armor, so if it hits it, it's not going to help. The problem with these guys is you can aim for the head with a small target and it's surrounded by stuff that it's just going to do nothing. So you got to either make the hit or you get nothing for it. We start off targeting the arm, and we're going to move to stomach and head. Alright, so here we have the effect on target for the Devastator. So we got 3 good hits on the arm. This one's close. This one's close, and I have a few more close by. I'm gonna call that a blown off arm. And then I fired 4 shots at the head. This one hit the black. This would have done nothing. But these 3 in the head, he's out. He's done. I didn't even bother shooting for the pelvis. Depending on the situation, it might be a better strategy to shoot for the pelvis if you can't make the hit. But if they're right up on top of you, hammer them in the pelvis and or stomach area. What will happen is, if you start down here, the recoil, your muzzle climb, will just bring your rounds up like this. You can kind of see that here. So as the weapon climbs, if you start by aiming low, you'll just drag your bullets across the target. Alright, so as we've seen today, the MBR-15 is more than capable of serving in its intended role of protecting democracy. Troopers should already have some familiarity with it due to the prevalence of the Liberator, and it's available at a much lower cost point than the Liberator, which is important when you have millions of troops to equip. So we've also, and again, it uses existing stockpiles of pre-democratic ammunition. So we've also got a few other variants of the ammunition, including armor piercing, enhanced penetration, soft point, tracer rounds, anything you can think of. There's a lot of capability behind that round, and we've got stockpiles of most of those. So anyway, thank you for watching. Soon the MBR-15 will be coming to a war bond near you. Oh look, there's my ride.
Pelican 1 arriving at coordinates. Pelican 1 landing in progress.